Welcome to Ask a Black Woman, where we get real answers from real women. I'm your host, Deval Ellis, and today we have a very special episode where we talk about the perception of black beauty. We have Kayla, Brandy, Amy, Tiffany, and Francine. How we doing, ladies?
Awesome.
Everybody feeling good?
Yeah.
I see them smiles. I'm nervous. But let's get right to it. In the social media age, do you feel like there's a different perception of black beauty when it comes to men?
I think definitely. I think social media pushes one body image that a lot of women try to obtain, whether they purchase it or whether they're, working really, really hard in the gym daily. And when you go out of the country, the same perception is across the board almost. Not all the time, but it's very similar. Like, I remember going to Mexico with my best friend, and the man said, "Oh my gosh, you guys really do have big butts," because she had a really big butt. And I was just looking like, okay, but it's just one image. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Well, that leads me to my next question. Do you think there's a double standard for men who say they want natural women and then say they want beautiful women?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's always that double standard where men, again, you see that picture perfect image on social media or just in media in general. And then the reality of it is, it's not that. That's an image that's staged, if you will. And so there is always that double standard of that natural beauty versus that picture perfect image.
What about the men who say, well, you guys wear weaves to look beautiful. How come we can't want you guys to enhance your beauty in certain ways as well?
Y'all wear beards?
I mean, I can grow my own beard. I don't got to Beijing my beard. I do know what you're talking about, though.
But some of y'all do
You right.
Beijing your beards, as
You
you
right.
call it. So
You right.
take that beard off, you look different.
You're absolutely right. I'm not going to even, I don't Beijing my beard, so I know some fellas that do, though. And it rains outside, it's pretty bad. But, what do you think about that, the whole weave thing?
I was just saying it's just like how, a beard can change a man's face, a hat. Like a lot of men hatfish women, because as soon as that fitted come off, that hairline ain't there.
It's real. Hatfish is real. Hatfishing is real.
Right?
Take that lid off. Look at Neo.
And I think too, when it comes to black women in hair, it's different because it's an art form for us. Like, hair is an art. It's a little bit different. We take pride in our hair. It's not just done to manipulate one's viewpoint of view. If we change our hair, it's because we want to. If I want braids today and I want a little bun at the top of my head tomorrow without my braids, then I'm gonna do that because that's how I feel and that's what I want.
So question, do you think that black men celebrate black women's beauty enough?
No.
I think that black men celebrate black women's beauty when it's not on a black woman's body.
Oh,
all right.
That's what I think. And not all men, but truly a lot of black men will celebrate an exotic. There's this idea of what some black men think exotic looks like, and so they'll celebrate it on a woman that might be quote unquote exotic. But when it's right in front of you, it's like, oh, well, hold up, like it's completely different. And that's me being completely blunt and honest.
I feel like it's also the reverse. Like, I feel like, well, I know I've had this experience where I feel like black men also love to celebrate what they perceive as European or exotic features on black women. Absolutely. So, yeah, I don't think it's that much that they don't like us. They just go along with society.
They don't know what they like.
How do you feel when men say women dress a certain way for attention?
That's not all women. And so the issue again is that you want to cast that one opinion, that one thing on all women or black women, and that's not the case.
And I think you also have to be careful, like the kind of attention. Like, yeah, if I'm single and I'm going out, I probably am dressing to want a man to talk to me, but that doesn't mean you could come up and say, like, look at your butt or look at, it's like, it's a certain kind of attention. And I think men use that as an excuse to say, well, if I see something, I like it, I got to say something. Like, but you need to know how to say it correctly.
Right. And half the time I feel like women, we dress for ourselves and each other. Like, I dress so when I'm walking down the street and I see my reflection, I'm like, damn, girl, you look good. Like, I'm like going out the house so like all these men can compliment me. I mean, that's nice, but that's not what I'm doing it for.
Isn't the point to look good is to get attention? I'm all like, look at me,
yeah,
everybody.
I was wondering the same thing. I thought you wanted attention though. I thought women wanted attention.
But
from
not
you.
all attention is good attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that leads me to street harassment. How do you feel when men catcall you on the street? Hey, yo, ma.
It could be something that like will really like brighten up your day and be like, hi, beautiful, you look nice. Let me see that nice smile or something. But it was like, hey, yo, ma. Hey, yo, red pants across the street.
Right.
Hey, yo, all right, forget you then. It's like, dang, so just because I didn't want to talk to you, now it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have some men that will follow you, and then that's when it becomes scary.
It depends on who's doing the calling.
Of course.
Because
does
I've
depend.
seen dudes who've been crazy disrespectful, but they beard be on fleek, they hairline be sharp, they be tatted up, and the girl be like, oh yes, okay. But then it be
It depends exactly.
no, but I've seen some women who claim, and I have some female friends who claim they would never be catcalled, but if a certain guy catcalls them, they're willing to give the attention. How do you differentiate who do you get catcalled by? Does it matter what they look like?
I like manners. I like respect.
Right.
Like I demand that. So I don't even respond to catcalling, to be honest.
Listen, if Michael Ealy is out there and he like, hey, yo, ma, I'll be like, what? Like, the attraction goes away from me. Like, I don't want it no more. Like, you can't approach me in that way. Nah,
You better than that.
I'm good.
You good on Michael Ealy?
I hear that.
Michael Ealy, you heard
You don't know how
that?
to talk to a woman. No. We can't
Right.
do this. Keep it moving.
Speaking of catcalling and men wanting attention, do you think men have more insecurities than women?
I think that's why certain men respond and they react that way. For example, I saw a post on Twitter and the guy was saying, oh, well, she's all right, but she could flatten up her tummy a little bit.
Ace girlfriend.
And yes,
She was
and
like,
yes, and I'm sorry. And when you clicked on his profile, his body did not even look up to par compared to her body. And it just is like, so you're gonna put your insecurity on this next person that you don't even know because of the way you feel about yourself. So I do think that men do that. Not all, but a lot of
Those
them.
are thumb thugs to me, though, because you say anything on social media, but come face to face, you wouldn't say anything. You'd be like, right? Tell me what you do so I can do it too.
We all have insecurities, but I feel like women, we know how to mask ours better than men. And it's like, so if you think about like women, we can go through breakup after breakup after breakup and bounce back. With men, like some of y'all are still hurt from that girl that broke your heart in middle school.
Absolutely.
And you like 35 years old, and it's like,
Absolutely.
move on.
Actually, I'm 33.
You're
Okay.
just gonna burn everyone on your way. They're like, come on,
Right.
you gotta bounce back.
I think a lot of men have insecurities because 9 times out of 10, we have to make the approach. So the first thing before you approach someone is, do I look good? Do my breasts smell good? You know, and after a while, it takes a toll on if you get shot down over and over again. So I can understand where you guys are coming from with the insecurities. And I mean, I think it's a fair point.
You know the world's gonna be hard on your daughter, so you're trying to give her all these like messages and affirmation and stuff. A lot of young boys don't get that, so you kind of go out and you're like, well, if I have enough money, I can get girls. Or if I do this, you know. So they kind of try to mask it in that way.
Growing up as young girls, like we always have like diaries and journals. It's like write down your thoughts, write down what you're going through. No one really gives like young boys journals to write anything. It's like, so you just kind of sit with your emotions. How do you get it out? Playing sports or video games. And it's like, that's not the best outlet half the time, so.
In terms of perception of beauty, what's one thing you all would tell black men about black women?
Respecting a woman for herself and respecting her beauty and not stereotyping her for something that you see in the media, for something that you see anywhere other than the woman that you're looking at.
What I would tell black men is just to look at us beyond the surface and kind of get to know us, talk to us, you know, don't try to holla at us, have conversations. I mean, let us express ourselves for who we want to be, whether we want to switch up our hair 10 times a day, you know, whether we want to wear weaves or natural, or just let us be us and approach us a different way and be more respectful. That's it. Yeah.
I would say I feel like in this day and age, as you can see with all the madness going on, like we're all we have. So it's like as much as we ride for black men, we love you guys. Just return the favor. That's all we really want.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I was gonna say. That black women love black men. That's it. That's what I was really gonna say.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for your candor and your honesty. We appreciate it very much. You're all beautiful in your own way. Amy, I'm scared. But however, tune into our next episode where we talk about the married life, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.